Inside Wendy Williams' first campaign TV interview with Cynthia Nixon and her first national TV interview since announcing her bid for governor of New York on Tuesday afternoon, Cynthia Nixon pledged to support the legalization of marijuana, push for tougher gun control laws, and defend black votes. Not what Nixon said, though, was what set the conversation apart. That's where she said it. In a 13-minute interview that will appear on Wednesday on The Wendy Williams Show, Nixon was willing to answer both serious and frivolous questions during his appearance before a group of several hundred women in a loft-style studio located in downtown Manhattan. The show is primarily recognized for its celebrity news and gossip. Williams demonstrated that she could question a political candidate just as easily as she could discuss shady chats about Tiger Woods or the Kardashians. The host questioned Nixon, the star of Sex and the City, about the difficulties of running against two-term Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo. "It's difficult," as Nixon put it. "I get a lot of comments from people about how famous I am to be running this race. I must admit that, as Mario Cuomo's son, Andrew Cuomo was well known when he ran 8 years ago." Williams stated, "Politicians frequently make appearances on daytime talk shows in an effort to connect with voters. As a young presidential contender, Barack Obama made an appearance on the Tyra Banks show in 2007. Hillary Clinton has frequently appeared as a guest on Ellen and The View. Additionally, in 2016, Donald Trump scheduled a meeting with Dr. Oz." The show's executive producer, David Perler, told Variety that because Wendy is a topical, daily show, we are always looking to book guests who are buzzworthy and in the news. "Normally, we don't schedule political speakers, but Cynthia is a unique example of how politics and our trending topics intersect." Using the show's recognizable shoe cam, Nixon began the interview by showcasing her shoes, which were designed by Paul Andrew, before moving on to more serious subjects. Nixon remarked, "Dressing up is a lot of fun, but I don't look like this in my everyday life." The Tony and Emmy-winning actress attempted to argue her superiority as the state's leader throughout the debate. Nixon remarked, "Well, I love New York," amid a chorus of applause. "I firmly think that New York is a progressive stronghold, and I must admit that the victory of Donald Trump served as a major wake-up call. We must take action if we disagree with the direction that our country is taking." Williams brought up the death of Stephon Clark, a black man in Sacramento, California, who was shot and murdered by police when he was unarmed and 22 years old. "Is there a black man issue here?" Williams inquired. "Yes, I believe it is," Nixon responded. "Politicians, in her opinion, should be talking more about these tragedies. We have to mean it if we're going to say Black Lives Matter." "How did you become governor with the aid of black women?" Williams inquired. Nixon declared, "We need to let them lead. They are the cornerstone, the backbone of the Democratic Party. If black women don't feel represented by the Democratic Party, they will stop supporting them." Nixon conducted her interview in a friendly manner. Williams mentioned that the fiery hair color she had worn as Miranda in Sex and the City was no longer hers. Nixon declared, "The red is long gone. I apologize. It has to do with Miranda. These days, I'm a blonde with a little assistance." Nixon's attendance with her family at the gun control demonstration March for Our Lives in Manhattan 2 weeks prior was also discussed. Nixon stated, "I think we're at a real watershed moment now. Even though New York has good laws here," she said, "they should be stricter." According to Nixon, there's such an appetite for real progressive change in New York State. She also emphasized her support for marijuana use for recreational purposes. Nixon declared, "I'm all in favor of marijuana legalization. Let's take a cut of that income."